Hey guys, thanks for tuning in. Before I begin with the video, I just want to say thank you for helping me get to 1,000 subscribers. At the time of me editing this video, I just recently hit 1,000 subscribers. So if I upload and have less than that, then that just means someone unsubscribed. But whatever, it doesn't matter. It's close enough. Thanks guys for all the love and support. For those who don't know, I actually used to own a small clothing business back in the day. I did things like custom jackets, designs, shirts for events, stuff like that. And I want to do a small giveaway as a token of my appreciation for all the love and support. So if you want to be a part of it, just comment below what your favorite workout song is, and I'll pick a random comment by this Friday, October 29th, and I'll let you know if you won or not, and I'll send something along your way. But yeah, for this video, I'm gonna share my thoughts on intermittent fasting, what I think about it, the benefits, the pros and cons, and my personal experience with it. So I've been doing intermittent fasting since February 2021. And so far, I love the process. I don't do intermittent fasting every day. For me, it's just 4 days a week, and it's mainly the days I work. And I work odd hours at nighttime, so my schedule's all over the place. But it's mainly Sunday through Thursday is when I do my intermittent fasting. So when you do intermittent fasting, you don't have to do it every day unless you want to, and there's different ways to do it, obviously. For me, I only eat within a 8 hour time frame. So I basically just skip breakfast and don't eat anything until, for me, since I work at nighttime, I don't eat anything until 10 o'clock, and I stop eating at 6 a.m. Honestly, when I first started doing intermittent fasting, it actually came pretty natural to me because normally I'm not a big breakfast person. Also, I like working out when I first wake up. I know I'm working out at night now, but that's just an extra workout I'm doing. It's a light workout I'm doing. But yeah, normally I'm not a big breakfast person, and I like working out on a fast. So it was easier for me to skip breakfast and only eat within a 8 hour time frame, and I fast for 16 hours. But there's so many different ways to do intermittent fasting. If breakfast is your favorite meal, you can start off your day eating and only eat within that 8 hour time period when you first start, and fast for the rest of that 16 hours. There's also another version of intermittent fasting where some people fast for 20 hours and eat only within a 4 hour time period. And another one you might have heard of is called the Warriors Diet, or OMAD, where they only eat one meal a day. They fast the entire day, and the last meal at night is when they eat. For me, I prefer to do it within an 8 hour block. That fits my lifestyle and schedule. And yeah, I do it about 4 days a week, and it came pretty easy for me. I know if you're struggling and find difficulty, you should ease into it. Another thing is coffee is a lifesaver. I love coffee. I love caffeine before I work out. But coffee also helps suppresses your hunger. If you don't like drinking coffee, if you don't like caffeine, or you don't want to deal with a lot of caffeine, you could drink decaf coffee. That also helps suppresses your hunger. Or different types of tea like matcha tea, black tea, green tea. That also helps during your fast. So when I go on my fast, it's 0 calories. That's including drinks as well. I think with intermittent fasting, it's all about finding what works for you and what fit your lifestyle the most. And just to add, you don't have to do intermittent fasting. I just prefer to do it for me. And I'm about to go over the benefits of intermittent fasting. If done right, intermittent fasting is an excellent way to burn body fat and drop water weight. I'm actually the leanest I have ever been since I started doing intermittent fasting. When you are doing intermittent fasting, or any type of fasting really, You're training your body to be more better at being fat adaptive. That basically means your body become better at using fat as a fuel sources versus most people are carb adaptive, meaning their body is good at using carbs, mainly carbs as their fuel source, but not as much fat. So when you do intermittent fasting, you are training your body to be more fat adaptive, so you'll burn more fat as a fuel source. Your body will also become more insulin sensitive, so it will use more carbs and fats for fuel. Another key benefit of intermittent fasting is autophagy. Autophagy is when your body gets rid of old, dead, and dying cells, cells that could lead to disease such as Alzheimer's or cancer. Your body goes through a process where they get rid of the dead and dying sick cells and replace it with new ones. So autophagy is definitely a key benefit to intermittent fasting. One thing I like about intermittent fasting is I like the discipline that comes with the lifestyle. It fits for me, it works for me, and this might seem kind of silly, but I like feeling like I earned my meal at the end of the day when it's time for me to eat. But also to add, intermittent fasting isn't anything magical. You can't just wait till your eating window and overeat, eat at a high calorie surplus, eat unhealthy food. I feel like that would just defeat the purpose for the most part. That's the thing about intermittent fasting. It's not the cure-all for everything. Say you have a problem with overindulging in food or binge eating. Intermittent fasting might not be the best idea for you. You still have to eat relatively clean and healthy if you really want it to be a healthy lifestyle. Another downside to think about with intermittent fasting is during your small eating window, you have to make sure you get the right macros in. Say if you're trying to do something like bodybuilding and you're trying to get as big as possible. With intermittent fasting, that's just an extra challenge you might have trying to get enough protein in or enough calories in. It's definitely something to think about for those who work out a lot and don't want to lose muscle. You have to make sure you're eating enough and you don't restrict your calories too much, as well as getting enough protein in. At the end of the day, with intermittent fasting, it all comes down to finding what works for you. If you like the challenge and you feel like you're getting better and growing and improving, then definitely stick with it. But if you absolutely hate it, just like people who go on crash diets, they absolutely hate, even if they get the results for a little bit, most of the time they always fall back and go back to square one. So if you absolutely hate intermittent fasting, it might not be for you. And with all the studies, even eating at a calorie deficit, you get almost the same benefit as intermittent fasting. So you can do that and just eat under your calories if you absolutely hate doing intermittent fasting. But for me personally, I prefer to do intermittent fasting. I do 4 days out of the week. I like eating at the time period, and I like the discipline and the challenge that comes with it, but I know not everyone's the same. So just like anything in fitness, you got to find out what works for you, what you like, and what works with your lifestyle. So yeah, let me know in the comment section below if you do intermittent fasting and if it works for you. Do you like it? Why or why not? So yeah, thanks again for tuning in, checking out my video on intermittent fasting. Thanks again for helping me get to 1,000 subscribers. Take care, you guys. Be safe. I'll see you on the next one, and definitely hit me up in the comment section if you have any questions. I'll catch you guys on the next one. Bye.
You could have had it all, but sometimes it takes a man to fall to realize his worth is more than the dirt. Wandering